I suddenly discovered that the medication I had been taking for 18 years was actually prescribed by the doctor to my mother. The next time my mother gave me the medicine again, I pretended to take it without hesitation. After she left, I quickly spit it out and stared at the mysterious capsule in my hand, growing increasingly fearful. Later that night, when everything was quiet, I quietly went downstairs and tried to look up the medicine's name on the computer, only to find that the internet at home was disconnected. What I didn't know was that my mother was in the kitchen, watching my every move. The next day, while my mother was out working, I hurriedly called the Drug Administration, only to discover that my mother had already conspired with them. With no other options, I randomly dialed a number, begging the person on the other end to help me identify the medicine. They told me it was a red capsule used to treat heart disease. I broke out in a cold sweat right away because the capsules I had been taking were not red. So, I suggested going to the movies with my mother, and we drove to the cinema together. Halfway through the movie, I went to the restroom and took the chance to sneak out, heading straight to the pharmacy across the street. I quickly approached the counter and asked them to identify the green capsule. The answer almost made me drop my jaw. It wasn't meant for humans at all, but for cats and dogs, and it had the effect of paralyzing their lower bodies. At that moment, my mother hurriedly caught up with me and secretly injected me with a shot. When I woke up, I immediately tried to open the door handle, only to find it was locked by my mother. I rushed back to get the key and tried to unlock the door, but it still wouldn't open. The door had been jammed from the outside. I quickly opened a window to take a look, poured a glass of water into my mouth, and climbed out the window with my tools, making my way to my mother's room. Using a hot soldering iron, I poked holes in the glass, then sprayed water from my mouth onto it, causing the window to shatter instantly. I then placed a bed sheet underneath, and when I finally climbed inside, my asthma suddenly flared up. Struggling, I crawled back to my bedroom and urgently sprayed my medication into my mouth. Then, I wheeled myself to the staircase and pressed the button for the lift, only to find that my mother had completely destroyed the elevator as well.